Sunday morning cold, eyes on the score, touchdown dance ball, craving for more. Friends are calling, trades are on fire. Rookies falling, championship desire. Fantasy football fever, chasing the dream. Top of the leaderboard, we're the winning team.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Healers Program, a show that is Dynasty Fantasy Football. I'm your host, Dustin Brown, and with me today is Colten Palmer.
How's it going, guys? Back for another week to save Dustin his voice, as it's his back's got to be hurting from just carrying this podcast for the last week or so. Thank you, Dustin, for all your wonderful solo pod work you do. But I'm back, and we're ready to talk some fantasy football, man.
Colten is back, and last week it didn't end up being a solo pod. I did have Zach from Breaking the Quarterback Code on, and he had a chance to talk Guillotine League with me. We're still in. We are still in it. There are 7 teams left, and I'm one of the 7. He's one of the 7. So we'll just kind of see. It's getting really spicy right now because everyone has good teams.
Man, that Guillotine League does sound a lot of fun. It sounds like just absolute chaos, though. I mean, I've been following like on Twitter some people that have been in some. Jamar Chase went for like $41 in one of the leagues because that man decided to go and ruin all of my hopes and dreams and spit in the face of another man and get suspended. I'm already breaking into our news section because I'm pissed about it. For the love of God, just all you had to do is not spit like you were a freaking llama, and now you've just ruined everybody's hopes and dreams. You piece. End of my rant. God, I'm this close to like making the playoffs with him in one of my leagues, and he just had to go and spit in my face and spit in the face of America, really. Honestly, truly just spit in the face of all fantasy owners he has. And then goes to it. Have you heard his appeal trial? I didn't do that. If I would
I
wouldn't have done that. If I would have done it, I wouldn't have missed him. I wouldn't have spit the ground. Would have gotten him in the face. Shut up. You obviously did it. God, just don't. Why? Gosh.
It was declined.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They shut that down because it was obvious. It was the most. You just.
It was zoomed in a picture on Facebook. It's like, bloop, there it is.
Just flying out. I mean,
they got some high-tech software to pick it up like instantly. I'm surprised he wasn't ejected from the game though.
What they didn't catch it real time. It was seen that they were just kind of talking trash. It wasn't caught real time, and it was in the post like game where they interviewed Jalen Ramsey. And he's like, "Yeah, he spit on me. That's why I'm trying to fight this man." And then they went back and looked at it, and everyone's like, "Holy crap, he did!" So
wow.
It wasn't.
I can't believe it was missed.
After, yeah, completely missed. I mean, similar to the whole Dak situation, it's just missed. It's a little thing. The refs can't catch that, but they can absolutely catch hands being thrown at helmets. So, what an idiot.
Well, in the Wizarding world, I'm number 1 team, and I'm going up against the number 2 team. Jamar Chaseless. I'm Jamar Chaseless against the number 2 team, and I gotta say, Jason's got quite the squad, and he's out for blood this year. Because last year I took him out in the playoffs. He was number 2 seed. I was number 1 seed. I had used the port key as the number 1 team to play the number 2 team in the semifinals, and I ended up beating him. If it would have stayed pat, he would have beat me in the finals, and he would have been the Tri-Wizard champion and not me. And so he's out for blood this year, and he definitely wants this win bad.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely out for blood, just like everybody else in that league. As you remain undefeated as the champion.
No, I've been beat twice, I believe, this year.
Well, I mean, as the champion,
I'm 9-2.
You have not lost his championship, is what I'm saying in that league.
Oh, if you mean I'm the Tri-Wizard champion, you're correct. Yeah. I've won it 3 years in a row.
Yeah, so everybody's out for blood, and everyone's willing to bring you down, and I'm one of
It's been
those
a very
people.
competitive year.
Yeah, it has. I've slowly rebuilt my team. I like my team that I'm building up. Still haven't gotten a whole lot of wins, but it's looking up. It's looking up.
You don't want the points until it matters. And so this
Yeah.
is the time frame that you still like. This is best ball we're talking about, people. Best ball is in the wizarding world. And so if you got guys that are on your bench and they're good players and they're on your IR, that's okay. Because even when you're losing, you're winning.
Oh man, don't even whisper those words to me. IR. Ugh. I have a league. I am a competitor. I am a competitor, and this is the league that Chase spit in my face. And I have 10 players, 10 starters in the IR. 10. 10 starters just hanging out in the IR. For what reason? I don't know. I don't know, because football and the game we play sucks. I love it.
I've got a team just like that. I was 5-5, ended up losing last week by 0.8 points, 0.8 points, because I decided maybe I'll play Musgrave instead of Hawkinson because Hawkinson's not doing anything with JJ McCarthy. Musgrave gave me negative 0.1 points. The difference of honestly, there wasn't a whole lot to change. I could have played anybody else and got a point. And now I'm 5-6. I have one more opportunity, and if I lose, I'm completely out of the playoffs. I've got to win out if I want to make my stand. And I don't know. This is a really tough league. I was second place last year. There's a couple juggernauts in the team in this league, and it's been a very frustrating season because of all the injuries. And I've had to depend so much, Colten, on the Bears offense with Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, and Roma Dunze. And if it's not Roma Dunze giving me 0 points in a 40-some-odd point game for the Bears, or DJ Moore deciding just to give up on a play and not score any fantasy points, I don't know what else to say. And then when I bench Caleb Williams, he goes off. When I play him, he doesn't do any better than you or me. Frustrating. There's my rant.
I like to think I'm an athletic human being, but he would do better than you and me. I'm just saying that.
Maybe not as good as Tyson Bagent, though.
You and your backup love. You and your love for the backups. You know what backup we can talk about?
Let's do it.
Jameis is back for week 2, baby. I'm so excited to see a little J-Mo Rama. I love it.
I thought for most of the afternoon on Sunday that the Giants ended up winning 20-19, and Jameis Winston ended up coming from behind and beating the Packers, only to find out at like halftime for the Sunday Night Football game that they showed that the Packers ended up winning 27-20. And I'm like, wait, what happened? I was so confused. And let's talk about this Jameis Winston situation. If you were the Giants, are you going to be trying to get Dart back to be your quarterback at any point for the remainder of the season, or have you just seen enough and you're just going to wait till next year just to protect this guy from himself?
I mean, there was an interview that came out with Gruden that basically was like, yeah, Jackson Dart, like they talked and they're like, you need to stop doing what you are doing because it's just ignorant. It's just stupid the way that you play. Like you're going to get yourself hurt and you're going to get yourself knocked out of this league. And it stood true. I mean, he got hurt on one of his crazy, stupid runs. You got to love what he's doing. I mean, he puts his heart out there. He plays for the team. He wants to win. He's a competitor, and he's so much fun to watch, man. Like, he's just a lovable idiot out there. But, man, for the sake of the Giants, he has got to get it together when it comes to these things. Like, this was the biggest knock on Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels would take these monstrous hits and would just absolutely get pummeled. And everyone was like, oh, he's not going to be able to learn how to slide. He learned how to slide. It was unfortunate this year. It was an arm injury. He got tackled from behind. It wasn't anything crazy he was doing. But for the sake of the NFL, Jackson Dart has got to learn how to slide and just get down. I mean, know when the difference is. knowing when you have to go for it and take the risk, but knowing just to get down that not every single play is got to fight for 2 extra yards, man. But of course, the situation is I would like to see him. They're going to want him to come back on the field this year just to keep him going, keep him fresh, to teach him how to slide. But JMO is a great guy to have as a backup because he's going to keep you in there. He's going to keep the fans engaged, excited, ready. So it's a fun one to have and just to keep the hope alive for Jackson Dart just to come back.
Well, and to stick with the Bash Brothers, did you see that Cam Scattaboo in a boot was at Monday Night Raw?
Did you
getting
see
in brawls?
Did you see him drinking an energy drink out of his used cleat?
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, he was.
I saw the taco, and
He's-
do you dominate the taco, or does the taco dominate you? I saw that last week, but I didn't see the boot. Das
similar.
Boot.
Similar.
Das
He was on a Twitch stream and he like legit opens up a energy drink and pours it into his used cleat and chugged it out of it. This man's insane. He has exactly 2 brain cells left. 2. My goodness. But I love him.
He's very well loved. He's very well loved. I just don't know. He's not long for the league, Colten.
I have him in 1 league. I had him in 2. I sold him in 1 because I was a contender and I had to just get rid of him in order to keep contending. But another one, all hope is gone, and I'm like, I hanging on to him just for the fun. He just makes watching like my fantasy team fun. I'm like, I love this guy. He's great. He's great. And it's my jersey league. So if I ever win that league, I'm absolutely getting a Cam Scattaboo jersey.
Scattaboo jersey? Okay.
He is carrying me to it. I'm going for it. It's the
How close are you? How close?
I'm a contender. But that is another league where I've got Jamar Chase, and that's 10 injuries on the bench. It's that league, unfortunately, for this year. So we're looking to next year.
Shipping it out. At this point, you've got to know whether you are a contender or a pretender.
Yeah.
And in most of my leagues, I'm a contender, but like I was really debating on this now 5 and 6 team. It's like, what am I doing? Like, do I just tank pretty much for the rest of the season, or do I just try and go for it? And I'd much rather just try and do what I can to kind of push forward and see if I can make the playoffs, and then anything can happen. But honestly, it's all coming down to this week. And I ended up doing a trade, and I ended up getting Mahomes, Kelsey, and Devontae Adams. So I'm hoping that they can help push me forward, and we'll see. We will see.
You never know, man. You never know.
Got to take risks on some of these older assets. I ended up trading Rashard Smith for Kamara in a league. I kind of got laughed at for that one, and I was like, I need a running back that's going to score me more points than Tyrone Tracy, or at least have consistency with the points. And Tyrone Tracy's going up against the number 1 rush defense. So I was like, I'd rather go with Kamara, where he's got all green teams all up ahead as far as the sleeper app says. So I'm pushing forward. And oh, by the way, let's keep going forward here. The Saints, they released Brandon Cooks. And so there's just one less target on this team. And Tyler Show, he put up a show right there before they went on bye week. So we'll see. And I'm actually starting him in a league. And it's really hard to say this now. Yeah. So start Show or Shadur Sanders. I'm playing with Show.
The show is definitely. We only have a very small glimpse. We have very small glimpse at Shadur Sanders, and that
it didn't look good.
That small glimpse was ugly. I mean, he reverted right back to his college days of where he did not step up into a pocket. He just kept dropping back, got absolutely pummeled. Now, his line did him no favors once again. It was literally the Swiss cheese. Just anyone can come on through and just running through holes. It was absolutely wild. I think we're going to have a better showing, but, man, he's better really turn it around. 4 for 16.
A better showing?
Show is Shuck. It's Shuck. Shuck has looked all right. I'm not going to say he's looked great, and goodness, the Saints need to do something else, but he's fine. He's fine. He's 26 years old. I hope he could at least be somewhat competent. He played 20 years in the collegiate field.
Yeah, higher ADOT than Rattler.
Rattlers. So that experiment is over.
Yeah.
He flashed signs, just never made those signs happen long term.
Speaking of long term, Brandon Aiyuk had signed a deal to stick around with the 49ers, and it just came out here today, only about a couple hours ago, about Brandon Aiyuk's 2026 guarantees are being voided by the 49ers. He's not going to meetings, he's not participating with the team, and the chances of this guy coming back at all this season or playing for the 49ers again, in my opinion, is very slim.
Yeah, what an interesting situation. I mean, they didn't want to pay him last year, and they didn't up until like the very beginning of week 1, was it? Or was it?
It was very late, and
Yeah,
he wanted to be traded for like the last 2 years, because it's been the last 2 years that there was rumors about Aiyuk going to be traded to the Steelers.
Yeah. And they ended up signing him, giving him money. He comes back and plays just downright awful. I mean, was not the player that he was in the previous years. And then he goes and tears his ACL later in the season, late to mid season ish. And then from the situation ever since, it's just been like, yeah, I hate this guy, and Brandon Aiyuk's like, yeah, I hate this organization. And so I'm like, what happened? Like, why would you sign, and why would you sign him? Like, I have no idea like what kind of business decisions were made, but it's like both parties were just like, yeah, I absolutely hate them. And I'm like, why would you sign to each other? That I do not get this, but whatever. That's why I'm not an NFL GM, but it's just a weird situation, man. Just weird.
Yep. Speaking of odd situations, try being the Atlanta Falcons that had overpaid for a quarterback in Kirk Cousins, $100 and some odd million, only to draft Michael Penix at like 8 overall. And then to get out of quarterback purgatory, to only find themselves in quarterback purgatory right now because Penix is now out with his ACL. It sounds like he's having season-ending knee surgery. And now they're going to have to rely on Kirk and Chains to push them forward. And, oh, by the way, without Drake London, because he has a PCL injury. And we've seen how PCL injuries can linger.
Yeah. They put themselves in quarterback purgatory by, I think, drafting Penix. Penix has been such a roller coaster this year, man. I mean, I have him in a 2-quarterback league, and fortunately, I hate to say this. Oh God, I hate to say this. I've got Indiana Jones, and I've been playing him over Michael Penix all year long.
Has that not been the best quarterback pickup in the offseason?
Unfortunately, it has been. I hate to say it. I was wrong. I was wrong.
That and Flacco.
Although he showed his true colors a couple weeks back, had a really rough week, and I'm like, yep, this is it. This is Danny Dimes. And then he came back strong. So,
but
I mean,
it doesn't matter. They have the MVP of 2025 on their team in Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, my God, dude.
It doesn't matter what Daniel Jones does. He can throw a couple picks. Don't worry. Jonathan Taylor can score us three touchdowns no matter what, any part of the field.
I have him in a league where this team, I just want to touch on this because I want to get your input. I have Jonathan Taylor in a league. I am a contender. I'm 7-4 because of Jonathan Taylor. Everybody else is dying. Like, I was relying on Rashad White. I was relying on Chuba Hubbard. Devonta Smith is in there. T. Higgins, which Joe Burrow's coming back, so I'm kind of excited. But I've got a couple of good pieces, and Jonathan Taylor. I feel like I'm just a couple pieces away, but I'm like, the only person I could trade and get big money for is Jonathan Taylor. I'm like, am I crazy for trying to trade him?
Well, can you consolidate some of the other players that you have and upgrade a little bit somewhere else?
I am starting Christian Watson this week in that league, trying to just stay alive with Jonathan Taylor and hope he carries me to a ship.
Or here's what I would probably do. I would see if you could get a little extra for T. Higgins with the hype of Higgins potentially blowing up this week, depending on which service that you end up listening to. Because remember, Jamar Chase, he's not playing this week.
Spit in the face of America. Like I
The
think we
llama,
know. I think
spitting like a llama. He's a
Lamar,
spitting image.
Lamar Chase.
Yeah, who was the other person that ended up getting in trouble for spitting earlier in the season? Do you recall?
It was the defensive lineman for the Eagles.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he went up and spit at Dak.
yeah, he was the
And,
head case, and then they
but
were all just
it was
like
after
walking
it was,
around next to him.
it was after Dak spit at him first though, but Dak didn't get caught. Yeah,
Yeah,
just wild.
that is right.
But yeah, I was
His
just
name is escaping me right now, but it's going to come back to me. I know exactly what you're talking about.
mm-hmm. But yeah, I was just trying to check your level of crazy because I mean, my goodness, Jonathan Taylor has been an absolute machine this year. Um, I do have a slight, and I mean an ever so slight fear of Jonathan Taylor because they have a very difficult schedule coming up here. Let me pull up the schedule. I believe Kansas City is this week. So they take on Kansas City, which is going to be an absolute tough game. And then if looking ahead at fantasy playoffs, Jacksonville, Seattle, San Francisco, Jacksonville again. So it's like
San Francisco, I won't worry about too much. They've got a lot of players that are injured on that team.
I mean, he takes on Seattle week one of your fantasy
Seattle's
playoff.
the tough one. Yeah,
And
Seattle's the scary one.
that's week one. I mean, if you're relying on JT to carry you, that's a scary one to sit on. But
If
man,
any player can do it, though, it's Jonathan Taylor.
it is Jonathan Taylor this year because he is MVP chance are ringing, especially after last night's performance by our former MVP.
Well, he is 26 going on 27 also, and this is probably going to be the peak of his value. So you could potentially trade Jonathan Taylor for maybe go down a tier at the running back position and maybe get an additional tight end or wide receiver.
I'm currently in talks, and we'll see if it goes through, but Jonathan Taylor and T. Higgins for Drake London and a couple of firsts.
Yeah, but Drake London doesn't allow you to compete this year.
Well, it's that, like I said, I'm missing a couple of pieces anyways.
I see. So it sounds like you're shutting down more so than you're trying to push forward.
I haven't decided. That's the situation I'm in. I'm like, do I
boy.
go? Because I have no draft picks, and I mean none. I've traded away my whole future to try to build this team up, and unfortunately, Keenan Allen's fallen off the earth, and Rashad White's fallen off, and Chuba's fallen off. I've just lost piece after piece after piece. And so I'm like, man, do I go to just a quick rebuild? I think it would only be like a year or two with a couple of key pieces. But man, it's tough sledding right now. Kenneth Walker, but he had a big week last week.
I think London is a little more dangerous also because you don't know what the quarterback situation is going to be going forward. So I think there's some risks that's going to be wrapped around London that no one wants to talk about. And like I said, PCL injuries do linger, and it can take up to like a year and a half to actually get back on like full track. I mean, look at Brock Bowers. He's like a shell of what he was last year.
I mean, Dalton Kincaid, man, he had a PCL injury last year and came
We're
back.
We're talking about good players, Colten.
Hey, they missed him last night. You can't even say that.
No, you know who they were missing? They were missing the guy on the sidelines without his helmet on, and that was Keon Coleman for a second game in a row.
I don't think they were missing him, man. I think they've made their decision upon him, and I think it is that he ain't that guy. He's not that guy.
You know why they benched him?
He was missing
meetings.
Meetings, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was missing meetings, and they decided to bench him for not one but 2 games.
Well, I heard. So this is I think this is just the rumor mill, but I've heard that he missed meetings, so they benched him for the one game, and then he continued to miss meetings and was
Interesting.
just acting a fool, which this was one of the
Well,
knocks on Keon Coleman when he came out of college, is that he just has a bad attitude, and he also has a tendency to disappear. He has big moments and then just vanishes. And this was the big knock that I believe I had coming out of college, is that he had the attitude and also just has a tendency to vanish out on that field.
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You
Just,
know,
I mean,
you know. Go ahead.
I mean, just wild as a professional, though. Like, you get paid to do this. Just show up to your meetings. Come on, man. I mean, I get it. I get why the team is frustrated. He's supposed to be the guy that was supposed to step up for him. He hasn't, and then he just stopped showing up. You're talking about practice.
I'm
We're talking
finding
about,
it
we're
right
talking,
now.
we're
I'm
talking,
literally looking for it. I'm like, where is it? I found the playoffs one. I don't see the practice one. Why don't we have the practice one already
don't know
fully
why
loaded on
I
here?
don't know
I need
why
to
we don't.
completely revamp this, and so I'll have to add it in the outtakes
We're supposed to
for
be
the podcast. I don't know why
doing
it's not
Facebook
instantly on here, but uh, we need to update some of these sounders here, Colton.
We talking about practice, not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. We talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice? We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we absolutely do. We talking about practice?
Oh man.
Well,
Yeah,
he's supposed to be the
we were
franchise.
thinking alike. We're in the zone right now. Talking about practice, Damian Pierce was released from the Texans, and he's no longer a part of the Texans organization. I thought that was interesting. Coming off the news that Joe Mixon, spoiler alert, is not going to be available to play this season.
Joe Mixon denied those claims, by the way, just so you know. He's not going to be available for this year, but Joe Mixon absolutely declines those claims, just so you know. I want everybody to know that.
I'm glad that you specified.
Yeah, he's denied it. He's not available, but he denies not being available. But he could be.
He's going to deny the denial.
He might.
Sounds like a Seinfeld thing.
He might deny it. We'll see. Maybe he plays.
Well, the jerk store called, and they're running out of them. Travis Etienne was in a non-contact jersey today. I was concerned that Travis Etienne may not be available for this weekend's game. And I keep hearing everybody say, including the Coach Speak Index, that Tootin is being just completely just praised on and is set up to have a big weekend.
That could be huge, honestly. I mean, we've seen the takeover kind of start. Tootin's starting to get more carries. He's looking like the more explosive, better back. I mean, he was super speedy coming out of college in the combine. I think he was the number one back for speed, speed-wise. And I think he's looked fantastic. But, I mean, I think it is good for Tootin to have Etienne still there as that kind of 1-2 punch, just nice change of pace and between the two of them. So, what an interesting. Let's talk ETN real quick for a little bit and like just future dynasty value.
Former first round pick.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna be somebody in this offseason that a team's gonna want. I mean, he's had upside in the past. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be one of the big names. We're gonna be talking about Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker is probably the top two. But I think ETN sits right there as a close third that a team is gonna be relatively excited to have. He was a former first-round pick. He's shown promise. Like, he's had good seasons. It's just last year he kind of disappeared. This year he came on strong in the first half, and now it's just like Tootin is the better back as of right now. But I still think ETN has value. And, I mean, right now might be a good chance as the ETN as the Tootin takeover happens to maybe go and buy him if you're, hoping to have a cheap back for next year.
Well, and here's the thing, too, that is no one's talking about is that the Jaguars are struggling to throw the ball. Trevor Lawrence is not the dude that they were hoping for at all. And then Brian Thomas Jr., just when you thought that they had a guy, like hasn't been he's not getting it done this year. And then let's spend to trade up to get Travis Hunter, who doesn't know whether he's playing defense or offense, or oops, now he's on the IR. And so the Jaguars are having to rely on the run. They've got ETN, they've got Tootin, and then don't forget about LaQuint Allen. LaQuint Allen's still on this team, Colten, and he is a good running back.
You know, I had him in a lot of leagues after you kind of mentioned his name. I have dropped him in said leagues since
Pick him
picking
back up. Pick him
Um,
back up. I'm telling you, if you're looking for an easy stash going into next year, LaQuint Allen is that guy.
Well, speaking of just the Jaguars in general, let's talk about Brian Thomas, because I think there's a lot of people that have question marks around him. He's had quite a few drops this year, and I mean, him and Trevor Lawrence have not been on the same page. There's been some near misses between those two. There's been some drops with him. But that was one of my knocks on him and coming out of college. It's why I was kind of scared to draft him. It's why I had Lad McConkey over him in my rankings, and that's because he was a basket catch. Brian, he caught the ball close to his body, and we've seen it happen again this year, that he's bringing it in close and it's just bouncing off of him. I mean, he had a fantastic year last year at the end with none other than Mac Jones, not Trevor Lawrence. And it's
another guy that you're going to want to have on your Superflex rosters going into 2026, because he will find himself a starting role.
It's
Continue.
absolutely showing. Mac Jones to the Raiders.
You know who's going to the Raiders out of all those running backs? It's going to be Kenneth Walker. Don't
you do that to me.
Kenneth Walker.
Don't you do that. No, you speak.
Before the season even started, there was rumors about Kenneth Walker going to be traded to the Raiders to be with Genty. Has Genty showed you that he's the guy? Has Genty showed you that? Because I don't think so.
Genty has shown flashes, and I think that team is too early in their too early in their rebuild to be spending big money on two running backs. I mean, I don't foresee them going to have two running backs. They've got Genty on a rookie contract. They're going to run with that because Walker's going to get paid. I mean, he is a very talented back, and whether he's shown it or not this year, I mean, even the coaches come out this year and just this week and said, yeah, he's earned some more touches because he exploded last week. And that's what they need. They need an explosive back, and they just keep giving it to dog and old Charbonnet, who runs the ball for 2.5 yards every time he touches it.
But Colten, the problem is that Walker is never available. He is again injured. He has a glute like strain or aggravation, and the glutes are really strong for propulsion and acceleration. By the way, running backs, they don't get paid very well compared to a lot of other positions. So he could still be a team-friendly deal on a team that's not really paying anybody else, Colten. So I don't think it's crazy to think that they want to have Kenneth Walker and Genty, because they're trying to hide what the rest of the team is, which is not a lot outside of Bowers.
It's not a lot, which is why I don't foresee that happening. I mean, there's plenty of teams that are, especially contenders, that are kind of a running back away. I mean, you look at the Chiefs. They don't have any sort of backfield. I mean, I could see someone like that. I know we've been saying it for a couple of years now, but they thought Isaiah Pacheco was going to come back, and he has not returned to anything. And there was trade talks about trying to get Breece Hall. So the Chiefs are wanting a back. The Chiefs want a back, and so maybe they go for Breece Hall rather than Kenneth Walker. That's an absolute possibility.
Breece Hall sounds like the fit. Don't you think?
Oh yeah, I think Breece
Hall is the fit for Kansas City.
Yes, he can catch the ball. He's explosive. But I'm just saying, there are teams like the Chiefs that are competitors that are kind of just a running back away, such as the Seahawks, if they just use the right back.
I could see Travis Etienne making it actually all the way up to Minnesota, because we don't have a whole lot there in the running back position. And guess what? You know who we're trying to hide? J.J. McCarthy.
Ooh, are we going to talk about it now? Are we talking about it right now?
I mean, I guess we've made that transition, but
I would
J.J.
love-
McCarthy is awful.
I would love
Like-
Kenneth Walker to Minnesota. I would love that. A younger, more explosive Aaron Jones.
We need something, and
I don't hate it.
J.J. McCarthy's not the answer.
Oh boy,
He has
ugly.
the most turnover type of passes in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
He just throws lasers. He's got no touch on the ball at all.
It's
Not
it's
good.
brutal. It's
Not good. It's okay. You can say it.
I was saying for most of the year it's going to be all right. J.J. McCarthy, you got Kevin O'Connell, who I love. I still love Kevin O'Connell. I thought they were going to make the right choice. I thought he'd be able to make him into a decent, like it's just an okay quarterback. Like he's revitalized multiple careers of people we thought were dead and gone from the NFL. Daniel Jones, we thought he was done for. Look at him now. Sam Darnold thought he was done. Look at him now. Look at him. Look at him go. I mean, he even made special things happen with Josh Dobbs for a little bit. But honestly, man, I don't know. 42 attempts, only 20 completions, 32 attempts, only 60. He's barely, just slightly over 50%. You know what numbers those are? It's just giving me PTSD. It's Anthony Richard numbers, man. Anthony Richardson. Just not as athletic, Anthony Richardson.
You told me how pessimistic I am. I'm just a Vikings fan that's so pessimistic. Oh, J.J. McCarthy, he's going to be a good quarterback. Everything is going to be okay.
You liar!
Liar!
I'm just going to drink my water. Don't mind me. I'm just ignoring all these words sent my way. This is an attack upon me.
Did I fall for it, though? Did I fall for it? No. I still have Hopium Vikings fans telling me that it's going to be okay.
It's not
going to be okay. It's only his 5th game. It's only his 6th game. It's only his second year in the league, Colten.
If I have learned anything from Anthony Richardson, it is that it's not going to be okay at this point. When you're only completing 50, like slightly over 50% of your passes, you cannot. I mean, a league average is closer to like, I think, mid 60s, which is like, if that's good, but like 50s.
That's Trubisky.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, God, it's ugly, man. And it just seems like he's getting worse somehow. Like the beginning of the season, he was showing flashes or taking quarters over and like finishing the game. It's just getting worse the farther and farther we go. Maybe he hasn't as angry of a baby as I have, and he's just up all night. Maybe that's what it is. Because if it is, I feel for you, brother. I do. My baby is also angry, but just on Saturday night, just hand him off and go in a hotel or something. I don't know what to tell you because something's happening. Something needs to change. His ugly, man. I'm sorry. It's the hope that kills, and I had some hope. I had some hope for the Vikings. I did. But maybe they'll be smarter than the Colts. Cut their losses after the second year. I don't know.
I've been saying it all season long. We have overexceeded expectations last year. We weren't going to pay Sam Darnold because we knew it was going to be $100 million plus. He went off to the Seahawks. He did well. We should have signed Daniel Jones or Mac Jones on a 1-year, $12 to $13 million contract like we did for Sam Darnold and keep this winning set team going forward. But instead, we decided to go the cheap route, and then we settled for Carson Wentz after week 1 to sign him. We didn't have anybody else
except put him in a hole.
Max Prosmer before Carson was even on there. And then you completely tore his shoulder up to nothing. The guy completely died on the field. He's like how did you put it? It was like the samurai, like he just took himself out.
He left it all out there, man. He gave everything he had, and I can't stop replaying the replay that they play of him just on the ground, just
That poor man.
Oh, R.I.P. It was good times
Yeah.
while we had him. Who knew we'd all love Carson Wentz?
Speaking of the dead, Justin Fields was benched for Tyrod Taylor this week. The Jets organization has completely given up on Justin Fields. And if you recall, just a couple weeks ago, the general manager for the Jets had said he was defending Aaron Glenn and said, well, if you had a quarterback like him, like you wouldn't win either. And so Justin Fields, he's benched for a journeyman quarterback that's 38 years old.
With no Garrett Wilson.
38-year-old Tyrod Taylor is
With no
going to be
Garrett
starting
Wilson.
for the Jets.
Who's he throwing the ball to, man?
Mechie. Mechie's their number one.
John
and then
Mechie.
they have Mitchell.
They have Adonai Mitchell.
Adonai Mitchell, who can't catch the ball if it hit him in the hands. Oh, wait, it did 4 times, and he only, I guess, caught it once.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
But John Mechie is the number one for the rest of the season right now.
Just.
And he looked good. Mechie looked good.
At
I'm
this
starting
point,
him this week in a league.
I have Breece Hall in a league that I'm a contender in. And I'm like, just play him enough to get me the points. Don't play him enough to where he's going to die. Because I'm going to need that guy for next year when he's on a better team and can actually make some points for me. So let's go ahead, get my points, let him catch a couple of dump offs, get, 15 points. I'm happy. And then shut him down. Just get him out. Take him out. Take him out the game. We're playing for fantasy here at this point. Don't kill him. That's so brutal. It must be tough to be a New York Jets fan, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jets fans. You don't deserve this. No, you didn't do anything. You don't deserve this. You did nothing except for choose to be a Jets fan. So I guess you kind of deserve it.
And I think
you deserve it.
The only Jet that you can feel somewhat confident in playing is Breece Hall. And Breece Hall, he's trying to fight for a contract. He's the only one that's trying to do anything right now. And remember, their defense, there's nothing left. They traded it all away before the deadline.
There's nothing left. They are tearing this team down to the bones. I think Aaron Glenn is the first head coach fired in the offseason. At this point, there's no point in firing him. I don't think they will.
The GM is backing Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn is there for one more year. Mark my words. Yes.
I don't know how, man. I think it's poorly coached. I think it's poorly GM'd. I think it's just a poor organization, man.
Well, we've seen many first-round quarterbacks fail, and now they're prolific in the league as we speak.
It's gonna be Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson's the next man up in Miami.
I know.
Only a matter of time. Somehow the Miami Dolphins are still staying afloat.
Yeah, what an odd situation.
Very odd.
What an odd situation.
And Darren Waller's coming back next week.
I mean, the fact that you get rid of Tyreek, your best wide receiver, and all of a sudden your team starts firing all cylinders, just wild. Maybe Jalen Waddle actually was good, and we shouldn't have been force feeding the ball to Tyreek at the age 33. I don't know. I might be crazy though. I've been saying that for a couple of years now.
Well, and I've been saying this for the last few weeks and I'm thinking super flex here. I really don't see Tyrod Taylor making it more than just a couple games for the Jets before they decide to say, hey, let's see what Brady Cook has. Brady Cook's at least a young quarterback. I think he went to Mizzou in Missouri.
I believe so. I believe he is a Mizzou quarterback.
Yeah, he was undrafted. He was like a 25-year-old rookie this year. But he was athletic as all get out. And if I recall, he was the number one athletic quarterback in this class. And I think I also said it last week that he was number 35 athletic score for the quarterback position of all time on perplayerprofiler.com.
Well, Anthony Richardson was probably top 10, and we saw where that went. So just saying.
Well, that's also between the ears also. And you also talked about the IR, Colten.
I think he's coming back. He could be returning. So keep your eyes out.
He was number one all time, Colten.
Anthony Richardson was.
Anthony Richardson was the number one all-time athletic quarterback out of 298 quarterbacks. And out of all positions put together, he was number 123. That's out of a little over 6,500 players. So yes, Anthony Richardson was quite athletic.
What could have frickin' been, man?
I mean, if you're another team, you see all these retread quarterbacks, like, why wouldn't you want to just pick up this guy and just see if you can try and mold him, and maybe with some years in the league that he can actually maybe become a little more dependable, start to become an adult instead of a child, and pick up the playbook and, practice.
Anthony Richardson to the Jets next year?
My God, don't do that to the kid. Don't do that to that kid.
I mean, I'm just saying
I
he's
would
going
love
somewhere.
for Anthony Richardson to be successful, but don't go to the Jets, man.
Maybe the Raiders. I don't know. Oh, man.
The Raiders, if you were Anthony Richardson, doesn't the Raiders make a lot of sense?
It does. It makes sense. It
makes-
doesn't make. Could you
That
imagine?
makes a lot of sense, Colten.
Brock Bowers owners everywhere would be vomiting. Oh God, they'd be vomiting.
I would like it as an Anthony Richardson truther. I still have a little candle lit for that guy.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Come on, man.
He wasn't on your team. Yeah, no. There's no.
I have him. He's not on my. Well, not yet, Colten. He might become a Minnesota Viking if JJ McArthur keeps pooping his pants.
Yeah, well, at least he can run the ball. That's the exciting thing.
That's all we need. We just need a guy that can run.
No, you don't.
He can be one of our. He can be one of our running backs.
You need someone that can also throw the ball, and he cannot do accurately. He can throw it, just not accurately. With so many sad things on this podcast today.
This is quite depressing, but let's stay in the same division, and let's say something a little more positive before we go something a little more negative again. The positive is that Jaden Reed is being activated in the 21-day window coming off of IR, and he had the clavicle repaired. That's the collarbone. And he also had a Jones fracture in his foot, but that's still not 100%, Colten.
Thank you.
This is a healer's program, Colten.
2 medical professionals. I do.
Collarbone is right in here.
Right
and
there.
It didn't hurt here
yes.
or here so much, but right here.
Yeah, it breaks, and it's the bone broken. Bones break. Yeah, all right, right there.
Right.
I've never been a Jaden Reed person throughout this whole career. Never, not once have I ever been.
He's been the best wide receiver for the Packers that's been underutilized in the NFL.
That's fine. Yeah,
all time.
Keep giving him all the stuff, but he's a halftime player. He plays like.
I love Jaden Reed.
Plays like 50% of the snaps. They make up all these weird little things.
The coach doesn't know what he's doing.
It's just I've never been a Jaden Reed guy, but wait, you didn't even let me finish though.
I'm just trying to defend my guy, man.
If at any point I would be believer in Jaden Reed is because the fact that this team just needs some kind of receiver. I mean, Christian Watson is a good deep threat. They need Jaden Reed, and I think when he comes back, I think that he will be a viable option because they just absolutely need him. I don't think he's the best wide receiver, but he will get his fantasy points because of all the stuff they create and make for him. But I still don't think he's that good. You can give me all the looks you want. I don't think he's
I'm giving you all these looks because we saw this last year, Colten. They literally ran out of the wide receiver position, and Jaden Reed was the only healthy wide receiver, and they still didn't have him on the field 100% of the time.
They hate him. Obviously.
They're like, let's throw to Bo Melton. Hey, let's throw to this guy named Heath. Let's throw to who else do we got?
Jontavian Wicks. Don't forget him.
Yeah, but Stonehands.
Oh my God!
There were so many people that were on Wicks.
Can he run a route
on Wicks again? And it's like, man, this guy stinks.
He's so good at route running, and then his hands are just not even made of stone. That's
out of the two
stronger.
Out of the two, I liked Bo Melton way better, and he's proven that he can actually play both defense and offense because they changed him to cornerback. And then last game, actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago, he ended up playing the wide receiver position again.
Ooh, regular old Travis Hunter, the OG.
The original.
OG.
Travis Hunter only wishes he had the career of Bo Melton.
Copycat. Man, he didn't even do it first.
Nope.
If you ain't first, you're last, too.
Staying in the same division, this one hurts being back surgery.
Yeah, this one's a killer.
That one hurts a lot.
It's an absolute killer for fantasy and for the Lions.
Backbreaker
man.
for sure. It's a backbreaker.
It's
That's a good one, Dad.
I knew where it was this week. I knew where it was. Yeah, that was a good one actually. I unfortunately appreciate.
Now we're
that.
just waiting for him to come back.
All right, let's bring it back to the conversation.
Speaking of bringing it back, Travis Hunter, season-ending knee surgery.
Yeah, no, he's out. Yeah, he's out. But
Going back,
bringing it back to the
Laporta.
Lions. The only good news this is for Jameson Williams owners. We saw, Sam Laporta was out last week, and JMO finally had a big week, and Dan Campbell also took over the play calling and started creating more stuff for Jameson Williams. I think he was unhappy with how he was being utilized. He got paid like they wanted him there, and then they just weren't using him like at all. Maybe it's that Dan Campbell's calling it and wants to use him more. He even came out and said, I want to get this guy the ball because what JMO can do with the ball in his hands is incredible, and they just were not using him in that way. And now with Sam Laporta out of the midfield, JMO has a couple of more like midfield routes rather than just the long bombs. So I think you're going to see some more consistency from Jameson Williams. And honestly, I think he could potentially be a league winner for some people this year. I think he could go for some of these big touchdowns, especially with the way the Lions have been needing more offensive, plays. We saw him get absolutely dominating, shut down by Philly. Then they need some of these big explosive plays, and I could see JMO stepping up and being that guy. So
I've got one more bit of news. This is the last thing that I have, Colton, unless you've got something else. Marvin Harrison, appendicitis. He ends up having surgery. He no longer has an appendix. He was out last week. And we saw none other than Michael Wilson take full advantage. 15 targets and 185 yards. They finally have their wide receiver one for this team, and they're making it happen without Marvin Harrison.
I hate the Arizona Cardinals so much. they finally decide to play Jacoby Brissett, sling the ball. I mean, he now is the owner of the most completed passes in the NFL with 47. He completed 47 of 57, just slinging the ball. Oh yeah, incredible. And they do it, well, none other than when Marvin Harrison isn't on the field.
They don't need him.
Let's toss the ball around when Marvin Harrison isn't there. God, it's just, what a stupid. Those coaches piss me off more than anyone. Oh, man. Jonathan Gannon is just an idiot, and Drew Putzing, moron, the worst offensive coordinator of all time. It sounds like they're going to keep their job, which is just going to piss me off even more.
You must have heard the fantasy, the footballers. Did you hear them this week?
I listened to them talk about it, and I just got mad. I honestly turned it off. I shut down the podcast. I was in the middle of washing dishes. They said that, and I'm like, nope.
You missed it.
Turned it off.
You missed it. Andy Holloway was saying that he thinks that they're just going to drop Kyler Murray. Not even trade him. They're just going to drop him, and it's going to all come down to like the contract and having additional money, and they're going to save more money by just dropping him versus trading him.
Well, yeah, and I mean to paraphrase him, essentially it was like, because no team wants Kyler Murray with the way he's portrayed right now, getting benched for Jacoby Brissett and all the stuff that's been going on. Like, they have not portrayed him in a good light, so there's no team that's going to come and say, yes, we'll pay a lot of money for him and give you things for him. So I see a world where Andy Holloway is absolutely correct on that, and he makes very, very good points on that one. So
You hear who he thinks the quarterback's going to be for him next year?
Jacoby Brissett, man.
Jacoby Brissett.
Anthony
He's finding
Richardson.
himself a job. Only his second stint with the Cardinals.
I mean, and he looked good. I mean, he completed 47 of 57 passes. I mean, it's no easy feat. He is now the record holder.
And did you know this, Colton? He's passing to the number 1 fantasy wide receiver,
Trey McBride.
Trey McBride.
Trey McBride, baby. I've got him in a league, and he's another man that's just absolutely carrying me.
Yep, he's not just the tight end one, but he is the number 1 receiving option in fantasy football right now.
Over the last 3 weeks with Jacoby Brissett.
Yes, that's true.
He's on pace.
But it's exciting.
It is very exciting, and honestly, until who's their running back that I can't think of his name right now?
Trey Benson.
Trey Benson. I was gonna say it's a Trey. I knew it's another Trey. Until Trey Benson comes back, I mean, I think this running back room is terrible. I mean, he doesn't make it amazing.
Trey Benson's the answer.
He doesn't make it amazing by any means, but he is better than Amari DiMercato and Michael Carter and all these other schlubs they're just kind of tossing in there.
What about Bam?
Which, speaking of that, I didn't
Bam
have
is fine.
I had the biggest epiphany. You
like
kept
Bam.
bringing up this Bam Knight guy, and I'm like, who is Bam Knight? I've never heard of him. And
Zonovan.
then all of a sudden, Sleeper changes his name back to Zonovan Knight. I'm like, well, I know who this moron is.
A former Jet.
Former Jet, yeah. I was like, I had Zonovan Knight like on a deep bench when he was on the Jets.
He had a couple games with the Jets.
Changed it to Bam Knight. I was like,
Bam's his nickname. He's had it since college.
Who
Maybe
is
even
this
high
guy?
school.
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Zonovan Knight. Okay, that makes way more sense.
Yeah,
I know who that guy is.
You've got Zonovan Bam Knight, and you've got Devin Singletary as Motor.
Trey Benson has looked competent when he came in and played his couple games. He looked much better than what he did last year. Last year we were making fun of him because he had absolutely zero vision. Like, just would run into the back of his offensive linemen. And then be like surprised that they were there. But he looked
It was like
better.
a Miles Sanders meme.
Yeah,
it was like Spider-Man meme.
Yeah,
Miles Sanders and Trey Benson were the same guy.
He looked much better in the 2 games that he had on his own until he got hurt. So I'm hopeful that he comes back and looks okay. But until then, they're going to be slinging it around.
Trey Benson.
As far as I see it, he might be the starter next year, man.
Maybe next year. I don't see it coming. I don't see it happening. What are the Cardinals playing for? He's been injured all this time. Why would you force a guy like that out there?
I mean, I think
just to get reps and see if he's going to do something.
Well, just to get reps, I think Jonathan Gannon is still playing for his job. I mean, if you see it going down super far downhill, there's no way they can hang on to him. Like, if it's like just completes into complete schmuck, they can't hang on to him. So he's still trying to keep it competitive and stay in there. So he's going to put his best guy in if he can. He's not going to be benching people just to. And it's not like Trey Benson is like this superstar. They're like, well, we can't really get him hurt. They can risk Trey Benson to get out there and get reps.
I mean, next year will be his 3rd year in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have much more time with him, actually.
Yeah, so might as well use him.
I think it's like a 3-year contract. Day 2.
I think 4 still.
4 for first round. For day 2 picks, I think it's 3.
I think day 2 continues with 4, but they don't get the 5th-year option. I believe so. I don't know. Let me look up that rule while you're going on.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that's what it is. And then when you get into day 3, then it's like a 2-year deal. It's like a lot shorter.
Signed 4-year contracts under the league's rookie wage scale. So rounds 2 and 3 signed 4-year contracts.
I was wrong.
Unlike first round picks, they do not include the 5th-year option. First round picks get the 5th year, whereas 2 and 3 get at least a 4-year deal.
They have at least 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For the future.
It is.
I think in about maybe after Thanksgiving, the podcast that we do after Thanksgiving, we need to start thinking of like stashes. So in Dynasty Fantasy Football, like who are the players that you want to stash going into 2026? Who are some guys that their contracts are starting to get close to the end of their deals? Who are some guys that just haven't popped yet? Who are some rookies that you still have a candle lit for, but just maybe didn't have the opportunity, or they're on the practice squad, or what have you. And I think that'd be a great episode to have here in about 2 weeks from now after Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. I mean, just to have that knowledge of starting to head into the off season, especially at this point, whether you're a contender or not. And like some of these guys, the contenders are gonna want to get these guys off their rosters and get a little more valuable people. If you're not at your trade deadline, most of my leagues are either no trade deadline at all, or it is the cutoff is right as playoffs start. And so these guys going into the playoffs are going to want some depth. They're going to want some people just to back them up. And that's when you can really go start collecting some of these pieces for next year, the Terrence Fergusons and stuff. So absolutely. But people that we can talk about in a couple of weeks.
Or right now.
Okay, all right.
I got Terrence Ferguson in a league, and I'll just reverse the time back here just a moment. Rookie draft. The Medusa League, we draft the day after the NFL draft ends up happening, so it's that Sunday. And I ended up trading back into the draft to get like the 308 spot, only for our friend Zach from the Decode Quarterback, fellow with the Fantasy Holics, to trade in to the 307. Took none other than the Winter Soldier. I was heartbroken. Just yesterday, this happened. All of his quarterbacks are completely injured, IR, just out. And I happen to have a number of quarterbacks that I ended up stashing kind of throughout the year. Quarterbacks such as Kirk Cousins, Davis Mills. And I was able to trade Kirk Cousins and Davis Mills and package him to get the Winter Soldier.
Very nice.
So it helped his roster because now he has a quarterback and a super flex to play for this week. And it helps me because I get the guy that I wanted all along in the Winter Soldier. And we are going to go into battle with each other for many years to come.
Gotta love Terrence Ferguson's made some flashes, caught a touchdown a couple weeks
ago. I love that was the player that came to your mind.
Oh, absolutely.
Makes me so happy.
Pops in my mind. I've got so many shares of him. Still trying to get more. Still trying. I tried to weasel my way. There's one guy that offered up in that Jonathan Taylor league that I was referring to. He knows how much I love Terrence Ferguson. So he was like offering a couple first and then a third. And then he goes, "What about Terrence Ferguson?" I go, "Oh, you're tugging on the heartstrings."
Zach, he knows. He listens to the podcast, friend of the program. He knows my love for the Winter Soldier. And he congratulated me after the trade gone through. He's like, congratulations for getting the Winter Soldier. And, he was very admirable about it. So it was a fun trade, helps both of us. And, he got his guys, for the week and potentially the rest of the season. And me, I'm just happy with Terrence Ferguson. And I think I got one more thing. Do you think that Davis Mills continues to be the starting quarterback for the Texans? They're 3-0 with Davis Mills, and CJ Stroud has not played up to his level of competition this year.
He hasn't. It's no lie that CJ Stroud has actually looked not great. He just has not been playing well. But there's no way they're benching Stroud. That's an absolute hit to the team. Especially morale-wise. I mean, what's carrying them really is their defense. Their defense is absolutely incredible, a phenomenal defense that they've built up there in Houston. Hard to play against. And, I mean, Davis Mills has just been kind of like a game manager for him. Now, maybe Stroud learns a thing or two, being on the bench, being injured and everything. Like, hey, maybe I don't have to go and force these things. Maybe I just manage the game and allow our defense to do the work. Because I think that's one of Stroud's big things is he's just been trying to force it, I think. And so maybe he does learn a thing or two, but that's just a knock to the team. Like, you benched their guy. He's a captain. He's a leader of this team. I don't see him benching Stroud, regardless of if Davis Mills is playing better. But maybe Stroud will learn a thing or two and hopefully comes back a little stronger.
I don't know. We've seen a lot of soft benchings this year, and how do we know that this isn't just a soft benching with him hiding behind the concussion stigma? And usually people can, about 80% of the time, they heal between 2 to 3 weeks for concussion, and concussions can definitely last longer than that. As a medical professional, you definitely want you want Stroud to completely recover from the concussion, and but it's been a positive sign for the Texans to get this win over the Bills just yesterday with their defense just completely destroying Josh Allen. And for a moment, we thought we lost Josh Allen for the season when he got hit. He looked like, my wife thought he broke his wrist or his hand, and I was like, that's his right wrist. And she's like, I know.
Yeah, it was definitely, I was not watching the game at the time, and I was trying to put my son down, and all of a sudden it just says Josh Allen's down on the field.
Writhing in pain.
I opened that puppy up and went and watched the video. I go, oh no. And it turns out just fine. Just fine.
Yeah. And it was just like a turf burn or something.
It's like a turf burn.
How many times did he get hit? Like 8 sacks, I think?
Oh, he got
8
demolished.
sacks.
He was obviously clearly frustrated in the post game too, and just spoke to it. And that is,
they had an opportunity to win the game too. They had an opportunity to win the game, and they didn't. And before yesterday's game, the Texans had a 20% chance of making the playoffs. And now with that win, like, they're setting themselves up for a chance.
That defense it's no joke, man. It's absolutely a terrifying defense, and they're good. So
I love that we added that additional end. So I hope that you ended up staying with the program here, because these last 6 minutes have been fire. You can find me at FF Healers, and you can find Colten at FF Captain 22 on Twitter X. And if you want to keep this fire burning, you can also find us on YouTube. Just search YouTube FF Healers. You can find us. You can find us on any of the podcasts that you like to listen to. And don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and review button. And hope you enjoyed the show.
Bag up, bag up. Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord.